walk through using the vcpr.org protocol editor to create a treatment protocol for one of your clients. You load the protocol editor by clicking on the link. You can create a library, a personal library of protocol templates, which you can then prescribe to your clients or edit for further situations. I'm going to create a protocol template for treating woody tongue. You can save a protocol to the server at any time, or it will automatically be saved at the end if you prescribe it to a client. I'm going to give it a longer descriptive name. And proceed to the treatments section. You can write anything that you like in any of these fields. However, the editor knows label information on about 500 drugs at this point commonly used in dairy cattle, and it will use that information to help you make an on-label treatment if that's what you wish to do. Label information is divided into 5 parts: the species being treated, the condition being treated, the product used to treat the condition, the dose, and the route of administration. In any of these fields, the editor will provide you suggestions according to what you have typed so far. So for example, if I type D for dairy cattle, it knows that I could mean dairy cattle or dogs. So I can simply click on dairy cattle to enter dairy cattle and move to the condition section. If I type a space bar here, that matches any treatment, and so it can give me a long list of treatments for which there are labeled treatment for dairy cattle. If I type A, I can quickly find and enter actinobacillosis. When we get to the product section, clicking the space bar shows me that there are 5 on-label treatments for actinobacillosis that the system knows about in dairy cattle, and I can click on one of those, move to the dose section, click space bar again. There's only one on-label treatment for this product. Route of administration, space bar again, and at this point we have a treatment based entirely on a single labeled treatment in dairy treatment. It has also pulled up a label warning for this particular drug and the withholding times. There is a lot more to a good treatment protocol than specifying a drug and where to inject it. But in order to save your time watching me type things that you already know, I'm simply going to type as an example in the success section that our patient should start eating within 24 hours. I could save the protocol now, or when you prescribe a protocol, it's saved automatically, so I'm not going to bother here. We could create a new client for this protocol, or choose an existing client from a database, in this case my example farm. Once you have chosen a client, I can prescribe this protocol with an expiration date, which by default is a year from now, though of course you can change that. Clicking the Prescribed button creates a PDF file which is automatically stored on the server where you can get to it anytime in the future. And you also have the options here of downloading it to your browser. I'm going to click that. Emailing it to yourself, which will create an email to me with the PDF as an attachment. I'm not going to email it to a client that doesn't exist. Click the Do It, and okay, we're there. You might see that a new tab opened up on my browser, and it downloaded the PDF file, which didn't take very long. This same PDF was attached to an email to me so I can find it when I check my email next. We have the name and short name, we have the client and myself, we have the 5 pieces of information that we entered from the label, and since there's very little else that we entered in this example template except for this success section, that's all we have. But at this point I have a PDF file which I could easily print up and give to my client, or I could have emailed to him directly. This has also been added to my library. So if I was going to go back and sign out or sign into the system, load the protocol editor a second time, now when I go to the My Library section, Woody Tongue Protocol is there. I can click on that and all the information they entered previously is there. I could go enter a new client, enter that information, which I'm not going to bother to do. Choose another different client from my database, which there's only one at this point. I'll also mention many of these fields have this little arrow which just means erase, and prescribe it to a different client. There are a number of features which we want to add to this in the future, particularly managing your personal library of protocol templates. But that's enough to get started.